following is a presentation of the Trojan Sports Network.
Back in the Marion Health pregame show, catching up with Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh. Welcome back to the Marion Health pregame show, catching up with Taylor women's basketball head coach Cassie Wiseman for the first time in over 2 weeks. It'll be 17 days between games. Last time on the floor here, December 2nd against Marion. You kick off the Trojan Classic here today against Lawrence Tech. What have you guys been doing for 17 days?
Seems like it's been like 2 months. So 17 days. We have had a Stena finals, so figuring out a little bit of different schedule with that was good to rest some legs early on. But I am really proud of the girls. We've made good progress in the interim in the 17 days. We brought in our Gray squad back a few times that really pushed us to get better. But they've been going hard when we're on the court. We're utilizing time really well, and they're buying in and we're getting better.
What are some things in particular that you guys have honed in on during these 17 days of practice that maybe you noticed you wanted the team improve on from the first handful of games of the season?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about 3 E's: energy, effort, enthusiasm, and how to specifically control those, and kind of labeling numbers with statistics that apply. Hustle plays, charges, offensive rebounds. We've really worked on looking at that in practice and talking through those things and repping it more. And then defensively, really getting after it against the guys, really working hard to do what we're trying to do on ball screens and handoffs around the perimeter, and then cleaning up our post defense. So I'm really proud of them and the effort and the time they've put in. We talked a lot about like time and gaining trust through time as a team, and I think we've gained some ground in those areas. So hoping it shows here today and tomorrow.
What also did you try to do to make sure that the girls didn't get burned out going just 17 days straight of practice? I mean, that's more than what a team would normally do outside of maybe the very beginning of the year before a game. There's usually a game or 2 or 3 in a 17-day window, but not for you guys. How'd you make sure they didn't get burned out of us going, okay, here we are practicing again, and kind of getting glass-eyed?
Yeah, that can happen a lot when we're playing against each other. I tried to bring the Gray squad in, which is our like guys squad in, that 2 days a week the first 2 weeks. So we had somebody else to play against. Almost we did some like 3-quarter scrimmages, so almost like full game scrimmages against them that kind of helped free things up and make it a little bit more intentional to not get stale. But then we also did some small group workouts during finals week to not overdo it, give time off mentally. And so hopefully that helped like freshen up legs. We worked on just different fundamental skills and positional work. So hoping I was trying to be really intentional about that and getting in the weight room in different groups and stuff like that to kind of help keep things fresh and, in the time we had to fill.
You also were to break up those 17 days worth of practice by having the Christmas party at the Wiseman estate. Big gift exchange, and a lot of shoes were exchanged. Kind of give us the backstory on there's a lot of shoe boxes over on your living room floor when the girls were trading gifts.
There were some people that walked away with three shoe boxes. It was unreal.
Let's go.
So when Taylor women's basketball has the tradition of a secret sister exchange, and they've been doing it for years, and it is really cool. It's really the girls really find joy in like giving to each other. So they have a secret sister, and they write notes and get little treats and snacks and stuff throughout the first semester. And then at Christmas, they all get together and they exchange, and they spend like a lot of money on each other. I think they have a set amount. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we had some Uggs, we had some Air Force One shoes, we had really nice sweatshirts and bracelets and jewelry, but they really showed the gift of giving to each other. But before that, we went to hibachi dinner down in Castleton together and got some good food, and then came back to my house. But it was a really good time just to be together, get away.
We talked in the fall about the pumpkin carving competition. There was a gingerbread house competition, so we also need the results and the effort since you talked about that earlier in the gingerbread competition here.
Well, they did get a little extra competitive with that because of the pumpkin situation. So my husband had to get involved because they didn't want the assistant coaches to have to judge. So Matt had to judge, and I believe it was the sophomores that took home the winning spot. But the juniors, I have to shout out to them. They won the adversity award because they accidentally sat on the table and it fell, and the whole gingerbread house fell. So, and that Clay was actually helping them too, so he was a little teary-eyed. But anyway, they came back strong and made it look good. But there were some really good options. It was hard.
It definitely wasn't my guy Clay's fault. It was that guy's a saint. It definitely wasn't Clay's fault at all. We talked about it last time you guys were on the floor against another team. 74-60 loss to then number 6 Marion. It's just the 4th lowest total that they have scored in a game this season. You guys led after the first quarter. What were some of the positive things you took away from that game against the Knights?
Yeah, I think we knew the scouting report well. I mean, we were taking some things away from them defensively, really switching hard to keep them on the 3-point line. Looking forward, we're trying to clean up our post defense a little bit more after that game. But overall, we competed. A loss is never fun, but I felt like we competed with them. And so we took away those things of energy, effort, enthusiasm, and like what it takes to compete with a top-ranked team nationally for 4 quarters. So I was really happy with the effort that we showed and the competitiveness.
We're catching up with Taylor women's basketball head coach Cassie Wiseman before they take on the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech. LTU brings a lot of size and a lot of height to the front court. How do you guys try to combat that?
Yep, so they got 6'3" and 6 foot starting. I think our Taylor Westgate Quinn Kelly will probably be looking to play some big minutes. She plays really good post defense and will move Hope to the 3. But we talked about that. We've also worked on like a 5-man. We'll dig down a little bit on them if we need to. But really one and done, hard defense, being physical in the lane, box out, guards getting in and rebounding and then going the other way. Hopefully works early on for us. Pressuring the ball too will be big. So with post entry passes.
Last thing, you and your boys got to experience Silent Night for the first time. Your husband's an old veteran at doing this from his time here on the baseball team. What'd you think of your first Silent Night experience?
You know, Indiana basketball is the best state for basketball, and if you are in Indiana and haven't been to Silent Night, then you're missing out on like the best Indiana basketball option that there is. No, it was so fun. Yeah, it just almost gives me chills just thinking about the night. It was super special and fun to be a part of, and that's like Taylor to me. What I'm learning is community. The community of Taylor and what Silent Night brings is what makes us so special. So it was really fun.
Cassie, thanks for the time. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
proud to be your nephew's #1 fan. Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
If you get sick, you can trust that we will take care of you. As a Magnet-designated healthcare system, our expert team will create a personalized plan to get you back on your feet. Marion Health. Great care from great people.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, Rob Sisson, and Adam Sieglin, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back here to Odell Arena on the campus of Taylor University for Game 1 of the 2023 Trojan Classic. It pits the host Taylor Trojans, who come in with an overall record of 4-7, against the visiting Lawrence Tech Blue Devils out of Michigan, who come in with an overall record of 3-6. Kate Jacobs will jump for LTU. She's a 6'3 sophomore out of Heartland, Michigan. Taylor's Taylor Westgate, a 6'1 senior from nearby Marion, Indiana, tips for the Trojans. Charles Smith throws the ball in the air. It's won by Taylor, and their point guard, Jillian Oswald, runs the point to start. Taylor goes from right to left in white. Defending man-to-man is Lawrence Tech in the road blue. Taylor's had 17 days off between games. Their last game was here Saturday, 12 on December 2nd, but a moving screen prevents a Jillian Oswald three-point attempt on the screen set by Taylor Westgate. The starters for LTU, Dominique Evans, Addie Nagel, Kate Jacobs, Maggie Long, and Jade Ferris. Ferris, this week's Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Player of the Week after scoring 17 points and hauling in 17 rebounds in the WAC game win over Aquinas on Saturday, 77-62, the victory for the Blue Devils. Nagel give plenty of room as the Trojans open up in a slacked-off man-to-man on a handful of different players. Jacobs dribbles and gives off to Ferris up top. Down low to Jacobs in the block, kicking into a right-wing three. It's long off the attempt from the lefty, Addie Nagel. Nagel on the year comes in just now 3 of 10 from three-point range, and both teams come up scoreless on their first possession. Oswald veers out to the volleyball line and bounces far sideline to the Michigander herself, Clasey West. Oswald down low to Westgate, fights through traffic, right-hand hook, dances off the back of the rim on a little right-hand hook try, and here comes LTU up the other way with Dominique Evans operating on the near sideline. Picks the bounce, hold the ball above her head, gives off to Jacobs. who has not used her dribble, now does. One to give off to Nagel, who's defended tightly by Custer. Nagel veers and darts, kicks to the far corner for a left wing three that's swished by Maggie Long. First points of the afternoon belong to LTU as Long comes in. Tops on the team with now 18, made 3 balls on the year for the Blue Devils. Custer holds in the left side circle, gives off to the Trojan leading scorer Ava Henson, who answers with a right wing three of her own. Tied at 3, 2 minutes in to the opening quarter. Henson comes in averaging 14 points per ball game. Around the screen, Evans to the top, and Ferris, guarded by the guard Custer. Nagel, who has the only 3 points so far for LTU, dribbles and weaves on the perimeter right. Into Ferris, goes right into Custer, who draws the charge, taking an elbow right to the collarbone. Offensive foul on Jade Ferris, 6-foot senior out of Perrysburg, Ohio. That was one of the things that Taylor first-year head coach Cassie Wiseman mentioned in our pregame interview, the 3 E's, energy, effort, and enthusiasm. She talked about the hustle plays, and one of those mainly taking charges, and the first one in the books for Hope Custer, who is one of the top players, if not the top player, in taking charges for the Trojans this year. Henson drives, throws up a scoop that would not go through traffic. Ferris with the board for LTU, up the far sideline to Evans. Got to the left block, overpowers Oswald, turnaround no good. Putback was off target as well from Kate Jacobs. Oswald hauls in the miss, and the point guard for Taylor brings it to the front court. We're tied at 3, 2.5 minutes into the opening stanza. Entry pass to the block, Custer, who pivots and goes up top to the three-point shooter Clacy West, who's off target to the left and rebounded down low by Jacobs of LTU. She's the tallest player on the floor by 2 inches over the senior Taylor Westgate. Westgate also the tallest player on the Trojan roster, period, as Nagel bully ball against West. Left-hand floater wouldn't go, and West hauls in the miss. New purple sneakers for West on the year to the near side, and Ava Henson. Henson with a right-hand bounce, defended by Long, out to Westgate, who fires a 3. It's off target to the right. Custer tried to tap it to herself, could not, as it was wrapped away by Ferris. Second rebound of the early going here for Jade Ferris. Still tied at 3 as Oswald jumps the passing lane and deflects it out of bounds near side in front of the scorer's table. That bad boy bounced all the way into row 3. Both teams an identical 1 of 5 from the field to start. Near sideline inbounds to Nagel, who's still got the only 3 points for LTU. Evans got a corner, then split 2 defenders and laid it off the left side glass. Nice move there by Dominique Evans. Got the initial step on Oswald and then sliced over Custer when she came over to help. 2-point advantage for LTUs, who are almost 4 minutes into the opening quarter. Oswald took the handoff from Westgate on the far right side and almost pulled up for a 3. Instead, is given to the hands of Henson, who drives, pulls up league logo, off target left. Ava gets her own miss and back out to Oswald. Touch pass to the top of the key, pulling up for a right wing jump shot was West. It was a whisker long. The ball batted around multiple times. Custer comes away with the offensive rebound. Then her shot's deleted by the left hand of Kate Jacobs. Great job by Custer to knife the ball away from a couple of different LTU players, but then the 6'3 Jacobs came in to deter Custer from an easy look at the rim that would have tied the game at 5. Oswald out near the volleyball line, has screeners setting on either side. Now they veer away. Left elbow pass, Westgate fakes the handoff to Henson, now does. Ava steps back, thought about a 3, attacks on the left side. 3 to shoot through the hands of West. Oswald with 1, doesn't see the time, and the shot clock expires. Second turnover for Taylor here in the first 6 or 4+ minutes. Dee Smith on for the first time for LTU. She replaces the starting point guard Nagel. Smith, 5'7" freshman, averaging 9 points per ball game out of Flint, Michigan. LTU in blue from left to right, leading 5-3 here in the opening quarter. Same teams will be back on the floor tomorrow against different opponents. Entry pass, poked away by Westgate, intercepted by Oswald. Hits the accelerator up the right side, dashes her way in, and she got pushed in a late whistle as Ferris, beside herself, backing up with the ball in her hands, trying to look for reprieve from her bench down to our left. Dennis Aldridge comes over and explains the ruling on the foul to fifth-year head coach Grace Howrigan. Olivia Linden on for LTU, replacing Ferris, and that's the second foul drawn by this week's WAC Player of the Week. So a big early blow here for Lawrence Tech. First free throw good for Oswald with 1 more to come. Taylor just 1 of 8 shooting from the field, but they've trailing by 1. Mistapped out, mistapped out as Jacobs had it, slapped it away from looked to be Custer for another offensive board as Oswald splits the pair of free throws. 5-4 Lawrence Tech as they bring it up the near side of the floor. Prodding at it and poking at the dribble from long was Custer for Taylor. Jacobs, left-hand dribble against Westgate, spins, off-balance shot was no good, but Westgate got her on the foul, and that's the second one for the Trojans' second leading scorer and leading rebounder. So 2 of the starting post players for both teams are going to the bench here with not even 5 minutes gone here in the first. Quinn Kelly on for the first time for TU. She also sporting new sneakers. First free throw good for Kate Jacobs with 1 more to come. And she misses the second, but nobody boxes out, and Maggie Long lays it in for LTU, and they have doubled up the Trojans 8-4, halfway gone here in the first. Oswald accelerates, got into the paint, kicked out. Henson measuring a 3, fires and swishes. Henson has scored 6 of the Trojans' 7 points. And play is stopped, and I don't think the shot clock reset. And Taylor calls the bench, and they'll bring in Kendall Wayne. Thanks to the stoppage, as Wayne comes in to get West. Had off-season surgery on that left knee, still wearing a brace to try to add support to it. Lawrence Tech has led the entire way. We've been tied once. Kelly hedges around the screen, still dribbling near side long. To the top, and Dee Smith with Henson poking at the dribble. High left side, Evans. Jacobs into the painted Smith. The backup guard spins up and over Oswald and home for 2. Tough basket there for Dee Smith with Oswald draped all on her, but a little fall away from 5 goes, and Smith pushes the lead to 3 points for Lawrence Tech at 10-7. 4:20 and counting here in the first. Custer thought about a 3, runs her defender into a Kelly screen. Left elbow is where she pivots. Low bounce pass almost knifed away. Oswald to Kelly, pitch out, Custer straightaway 3, cash. First basket of the afternoon for Hope Custer, and the Trojans have made 3 threes, and they've tied the game at 10 just like that. Much better 3-point shooting. Smith goes right into Custer, who draws her second charge of the afternoon. First on Smith, number 3 on Lawrence Tech, with 3:55 remaining in the first. Second charge that Custer has taken here, and a good swing for her. Just hit the 3 and takes a charge on the other end, and Taylor looks for their first lead. Free throw line, Wayne out to Custer for the lead. A hair long from the far side, and Jacobs the only one home to haul on the miss for Lawrence Tech. The Blue Devils in blue, as you would guess, on the road, tied at 10 with 3.5 left to go in the first quarter. Game 1 of the 2023 Trojan Classic, with Cumberland out of Tennessee and IU Kokomo set to follow this one. Cross-court pass, far side to Gracie Bobo, who came in during the stoppage. Near side, 3 balls short on the attempt from long. Rebounded down low, Smith. Shot was blocked. Jacobs tight ropes the baseline, turns around, misses a point-blank shot, and then the ball taken away by Henson as she and Smith were both slow to get back up to the floor. A foul is called down low. Foul was on Taylor's Quinn Kelly on a push. It was initially said it was a foul on Lawrence Tech and going to Taylor, and a missed call as it stays with Lawrence Tech. Shot clock to 20. 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first. We are tied at 10. And the foul on Quinn Kelly gets the ball back in the hands here of LTU. Lobbing in near side, Henson with the steal, and now the Trojans on a fast break. Oswald and Wayne, a 2-on-1. Wayne trying to beat everyone to the other end, just laid it in, missed it. Rebounded by Kelly, back to Wayne, attacks the paint. Off-balance shot, no good, but she got fouled. A 2-on-1 quickly became a numbers advantage for Lawrence Tech as the defense hustled back to the other end. Maggie Long, the guilty party for Lawrence Tech. That's number 4 on the visitors. And 2 free throws here for Kendall Wayne. 5'7" junior out of Warsaw, Indiana. First one is up and good. That gives Taylor their first lead of the day at 11-10. Kendall on the year, an excellent free throw shooting percentage. Now 10 of 13, and now she and the rest of her teammates turn up the full court press. Wayne hounding the ball handler Nagel back to the near side and long. They got 5 seconds to get across, and LTU does. They're down 12-10, shooting on the basket to our right. Open D.D. Smith from the right wing into Jacobs against the shorter Kelly. Left-hand turnaround Jacobs, no. Smith comes knifing in from the weak side and pokes it free. Out to an open three-point try. Look, that's cashed by Gracie Bobo. Bobo, the sophomore from here in Indiana, up north in Mishawaka. Best three-point shooter for LTU at 55%. Cashes in on her first one, and LTU back in front 13-12. 2:20 and counting here in the opening stanza. High screen, got Henson free for a moment. Near sideline to Wayne, shimmies and shakes. Almost got away from Bobo. Here comes Henson right down the lane for a left-hand finish. 8 points for Ava Henson to lead the way, and Taylor regains a 1-point lead, 14-13. 2 minutes remaining here in the first. Lawrence Tech in blue, shooting on the goal to our right. Smith around a double screen up top. Oswald cuts underneath and gets back in front of her. Long on the near side, dribbling with Wayne, crossing over to her right hand, lost her balance, but that's because Wayne bumped her just on the right side. First on Kendall, fourth on Taylor here in the first. And freshman Aubrey Swain enters for TU, 6-foot freshman from Fort Wayne. Shot clock to 20 as Jacobs gets it in on the near baseline. Lobs it into Nagel, defended by Oswald right there on the catch. Back into Jacobs, again 3 inches over Swain. Kick out right side Bobo, tried to go 2 of 2, could not. And the weak side rebound far side is Ava Henson. And now she's shot out of a cannon going from right to left. Quickly up the floor, up to Kelly as Taylor trying to build on their 1-point lead. Henson has over half of Taylor's 14 points. Oswald on the dribble, near side around a Swain screen. Back up top between the circles and Wayne. 85 seconds separates us from the end of the opening quarter. Swain looks over her shoulder, backing down, double team Jacobs. Kick out to a Kelly left wing three. That was a hair long, tapped by Nagel and rebounded by her teammate Long of LTU. Good look there for Kelly to make it a 2-possession Taylor lead. To the corner, and Bobo trying to put LTU back in front, but she misses back-to-back threes. This one from the right corner and off the back of the rim. Taylor up the floor. Oswald beats everybody there and lays it in with a right hand from the left side of the rim. Good job by the Trojans trying to use their speed and quickness against this taller LTU lineup. And with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's a 3-point LTU deficit. Nagel, open three. She's hit one today. The lefty misses off target left here. Kelly with the rebound, and she'll run the point. Finds the trailing Kendall Wayne. 36 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Taylor, after trailing for the majority of the stands, now leads by 3. Oswald around to Kelly's screen. Got Jacobs on a switch. Lobs it into Kelly, who has a mismatch. Turns, tries to attack Smith from the block right. Into the paint. Right-hand shot, good. First basket for Quinn Kelly, and the Trojans putting together a wonderful little spurt right here. It's a 6-0 Taylor run after LTU took a brief 1-point lead on the Bobo 3. Shot clock turned off with 9 seconds remaining in the first. Jacobs sets a screen all the way out near midcourt for Nagel. The Trojans leave Bobo open for a 3, and she hits her second to draw LTU to within 2. With 1 second left, a heave from Oswald will be no good. Bobo missed 2 in a row. She's made 2 threes. And we go to the second quarter with Taylor's lead at a deuce, 18-16, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
2-point Taylor lead after one, 18-16. Taylor 6 of 16 from the floor, LTU 6 of 17. Both teams knocked down 3 threes in the opening quarter. The difference right now, Taylor with 2 more made free throws, 3 to LTU's 1. Nagel on the right side as Lawrence Tech starts the ball here in quarter number 2. Clacy West kicks a pass that was intended for the top, and Dominique Evans. So it's Evans, Nagel, Kate Jacobs, Gracie Bobo, who gets the start here, starts things off here in the second quarter, and Maggie Long. Jade Ferris remains on the bench with her 2 fouls for Lawrence Tech. 4 of the 5 starters, actually 3 of the 5 starters on the floor for Taylor. Jacobs against Westgate, who blocks the shot on a right-hand scoop. Good job by Westgate playing with the 2 personal fouls. Kendall Wayne, along with Macy Woods, Ava Henson, and Clacy West, are the Taylor 5. Spin, right-hand shot, Westgate off the back of the rim, hits the floor, and it's rebounded by Evans of Lawrence Tech. So Wayne starts here in the second quarter after some nice minutes at the end of the first, and Macy Woods makes her first appearance of the afternoon. Lawrence Tech down by 2 with the ball. They go from left to right in blue a minute into the second quarter. Pass intended for Jacobs. Good hustle from Wayne, and she turns the corner and goes all the way to the other end. Her right-hand layup, though, was a hair too strong as Nagel came back to deter the easy look. With one step, Kendall Wayne left her 2 defenders in the dust, but then Nagel made up that ground and made what was going to be an easy layup for Wayne much more difficult. Quick pass to Jacobs, turnaround hook, no good, as Westgate made that shot tougher than it looked on the initial catch. Taylor out and running. Westgate, ball intended for her, overthrown by Henson off the shoes of Dominique Evans, and Lawrence Tech has a 3-on-2. Evans had Nagel in front. Instead, she wanted to find the trailing Bobo, who had a 3 at the end of the first quarter to make the deficit for Lawrence Tech 2. It remains at 18-16 margin. Nagel's 3 of a heave from the left wing dances off the short side of the rim. Nagel is just 1 of 3, or 0 of 3 now from range. Ava Henson misses from near wing 3. Rebounded Westgate, goes up, and it's a held ball as Evans came in and collapsed on her. Dee Smith on for Lawrence Tech. Jillian Oswald in to get Kendall Wayne. And somebody has some delicious smelling popcorn down below us. Freshly popped and wonderful smelling. 18-11 left to go here in their opening half. It's an 18-16 Taylor lead. They've got the ball on the baseline to our left. Oswald, time running out, just gets it in the nick of time, far side of the floor to Woods. Down near the Paul Patterson logo, far side is West. Mid-post right, Westgate running shot. Jacobs trailing block, and then she couldn't scoop it off the floor, but she swept it off to her teammate Long. A lid on the rim on both sides of the floor here to start the first 2 minutes and change of quarter 2. Lawrence Tech with the ball in blue, still trailing by a deuce. Here's Smith, came off the bench and had a tough shot down low for only points. Now to Bobo, who has the team high 6 for LTU. Jacobs fires a hand of 3, off target left, long rebound, and West is the first one there onto it for TU. Trojans from right to left. Jacobs now 4 of 10 from 3-point range. For the 6'3 sophomore, West tries her hand at a 3 and cans it from way outside on the right side of the floor, and Lawrence Tech takes a timeout to talk about it. First basket of the afternoon for Clacy West and the Trojans. Break the scoring drought to start things here in quarter number 2. They lead by 5. It's a 30-second stoppage here for LTU.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
IU Kokomo has made their way into Odell Arena. They take on Cumberland. Coming in our final game of day number 1. Pass in the backcourt, tapped by Henson as she elevated and got her left-hand fingertips on it. Intercepted by her classmate Clacy West, who just hit a 3 to force the Lawrence Tech 30-second timeout. Hope Custer has come in for the Trojans as the starting 5 reunited on the floor for Taylor. They shoot on the basket to our left. West trying to go 2 of 2 from 3, just short off the near side rim, and Westgate almost able to rip it out of the hands of Dominique Evans of Lawrence Tech. Blue Devils still looking for their first second quarter points. Evans drives, scooped it up, and give her the foul as she was going in with a head of steam and spun it home with the left hand. Fouls on Taylor's Hope Custer, her first and number 1 of the quarter for the home team. 4 points now for Dominique Evans. The lefty fires and makes the free throw. 81% is Dominique Evans on the year, and 3 quick points for Evans has made it a 1-possession game with Taylor's lead at 21-19. West on the far side, left-hand bounce between the circles to Henson, quickly off to Oswald. Takes the right side Westgate screen, was open for a minute, quick spin block, no good as Jacobs deterred the look from Westgate. Jacobs on the miss for Lawrence Tech into the far side, and Dominique Evans, who just converted on a 3-point play, with Lawrence Tech down by 2, 6:25 left to go in quarter 2. Oswald stumbled, Henson almost got it away from Smith, who spun away. Attacking Evans, lefty pull up to tie the game, nope. Jacobs goes up and over Oswald, and it's a foul on the 6'3 center. First on Kate Jacobs, as Macy Woods on to spell Henson in the Taylor 5. Good to see last year's senior class back in the row 2 seats down below us behind the Taylor bench. Ariel Dale, Haley Harrison, and the 6'3 Gretchen Mall. It would have been fun to see her and Jacobs lock horns if this game was played a year ago. Mid-post left Westgate into traffic, somehow found Woods, who threw the scoop off the high glass. A tough shot for Woods down low on a pretty feed from Westgate in traffic from the left side of the lane to the right. Up the floor brings Maggie Long for LTU in blue. Smith defended by Custer. Now to Bobo, hit 2 first quarter threes. Jacobs at the top, trying to get it into Smith, was Oswald fronting. Near side to Dominique Evans. Lawrence Tech with the ball down by 2 here, almost halfway home in the second quarter. Pass too tall for the 6'3 Jacobs, pleading that ball was tipped on the way to her. Just a hair high on the entry from Dominique Evans on a screen and roll. Woods, Oswald, Custer, Westgate, and West, the 5 for Taylor. So that's 2 juniors and 3 seniors. Into Westgate against Jacobs. Quick kick out to Oswald, near side on the top of the key. Dribbles with a right hand, got her free for a moment. Hand off to Custer in tight quarters, looking Westgate's way. They go mid-post left, spinning into the paint, now back baseline, left side, scoop no good. Jacobs had it, 4 different players have their hands on it, and right before the ball was ripped free between Evans and Oswald, Charles Smith, the crew chief, blows the whistle. It's a held ball, and going back to Lawrence Tech. The other Indiana player on the roster for LTU makes her appearance. Make it the 2 of the second of the 3. That's Julia Huey, 6 foot, 5th-year senior from Fort Wayne and Homestead High School. Was not teammates with Taylor's Aubrey Swain, also a Homestead graduate, because of the year differential. Pass was telegraphed, easily intercepted by Oswald, kept her dribble alive somehow, up to Custer, little head fake blow by, and a lay-in easily for Custer. Great job by Oswald to intercept the pass, and as she was falling down, kept the dribble alive, and Taylor gets the points. And a foul on the backcourt, though, on a reach-in from Hope Custer. Not good for the Trojan, one of the Trojan top scorers. Henson back in to get Clacy West. 4:48 to go, quarter 2. Taylor ahead 23-19. Lawrence Tech with the ball in blue, white numbers and white letters. Addie Nagel in for LTU. She replaces the 3-point shooter Gracie Bobo. Nagel the lefty up to her fellow southpaw and Evans. Left side high dribble for the Elder Stateswoman Huey. Nagel to Jacobs at the top. One dribble and quickly off near side to Long. Fakes left, now goes left around the Jacobs screen. Henson stays with her step for step. Jacobs backs it out, or make it Long, backs out, angles in, off the glass. No, Custer soars in for a weak side rebound for Taylor, her second. Up the floor to Oswald, nobody home, lobs it back, and that one telegraphed and intercepted and then fumbled out of bounds by Evans. It'll remain here with Taylor. Quinn Kelly in for the first time here in quarter 2. She replaces Macy Woods. Oswald to pass it in on the near side hash mark on the baseline. Custer off the handoff from Westgate, turns the corner through 2 defenders, couldn't snake it home. Ball tapped out to Kelly, who dribbles away from pressure in the paint. Custer pops out for a right wing 3 off the pass from Kelly. It was off the back of the rim. Good rebound and a box out from the point guard Nagel for Lawrence Tech. Out and running are the Blue Devils, down by 4. Evans right to the rim. It danced in, finally dropped through the iron. Evans with a real electrifying first step. She's shown it off twice. here in this second quarter. That brings Lawrence Tech back to within 2 at 23-21. 3:45 and counting here in the second quarter. Mid-range jump shot straight away from Henson was off the left side. Excuse me, the left side of the rim, and Evans is there for the miss for Lawrence Tech. When Evans has wanted to get to the rim, she has done so without much challenge from Taylor. Now she gets an entry pass in the high post right side. Low one, far corner, catch and shoot three. Nope, off the front of the rim by Huey. Taylor with the board, Custer up the near side to Oswald. Taylor still ahead by a deuce with 3:14 and counting here in quarter number 2. Oswald pulls for three, right side, back of the rim long. Custer against Jacobs wins the rebound. She gets tied up. No, it'll be a held ball against Dominique Evans of Lawrence Tech. Gracie Bobo back on for LTU as Evans exits. Oswald again the one to deal it in on the near side baseline. Finds Westgate, handoff Henson at the top of the key. Near side Custer, Bobo defends. Custer runs her through two different screens as she gets to the far side of the floor. Kelly quickly into Westgate, turnaround, jump shot spins, and it's just a hair long again. Westgate is 0 of 7 from the floor and a couple of good looks that have just been an inch or so away from dropping. Still a 2-point hole for Lawrence Tech as we dip below 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jacobs, the 6'3 center, gives off far side to Nagel. The lefty point guard explodes back around the Jacobs screen to the left side of the floor. Picks up and lobs it in. Custer, though, comes in from the weak side and intercepts for Taylor. It's a 3-on-2 break for Custer. Stopping and starting, got into Huey, and she got fouled on the arm, and Custer to the line twice. First on Huey, number 3 on Lawrence Tech. As Claycie West makes her way back to the scorer's table. 2 free throws upcoming for Custer, and West comes in to get Westgate. So the Trojans going with a smaller lineup here on the floor, instead with the 2 bigs, just going with the 1 in Quinn Kelly. First one good for Custer. She's got 6 points, 3 here in this second quarter. Custer makes them both. 7 points for the senior guard transfer out of Mount Vernon Nazarene. And Taylor's lead is 4, 25-21. Custer picks up Nagel, full court. Still has 3 seconds to get across, time dwindling. Henson, and now Custer come for a half-court trap. Ball knocked free, fall on the floor. Nagel throws, intercepted in front of Jacobs by Oswald. A 4-on-1. Oswald goes right to the rack, no good. Kelly there to clean it up off glass. 4 for Quinn Kelly, and the Trojan half-court pressure in that trap is causing havoc now for Lawrence Tech. They fling it to the near side, the Blue Devils do to Bobo, and now she operates in front of an arms outstretched head coach Cassie Wiseman of Taylor. Man-to-man look for Wiseman's club with 1:50 left to play here in this second quarter. The Trojans leading by 6. Lawrence Tech with the ball as Nagel dribbles with 7, trying to go into Jacobs, could not. Huey, far side Bobo with 5 and 4, twirling on the far side arc with 2 and 1. Nagel shot was deterred and made just before Oswald could get it going. Partially blocked on the shot from Nagel was Taylor's Henson. As Custer comes in, or Custer, exits, and Kendall Wayne spells her. Evans in to get Nagel. So it's Evans, Jacobs, Huey, Bobo, and Long, the 5 for Lawrence Tech. The Trojans counter with Kelly, Oswald, Wayne, West, and Henson. 3 of the 5 starters on the floor for TU. Henson dribbles and shakes. Top of the key, straight away, 3-ball West, short off the front rim, and right into the arms of Maggie Long of Lawrence Tech. West just 1 of 5 from 3-point range today. The Trojans are 4 of 13. Almost a minute to go before halftime. Evans drives. Nice little dump back to Jacobs. Got deflected as Jacobs was wide open. Couldn't get it to her clean. 15 to shoot. Bobo contested 3 left side. Off the glass and over the rim and nothing else. Kelly off the rebound, and she'll run the break for TU. Floats it up to the far side and Claycie West. Henson to the top. Thought about turning the corner. Pitch out to Oswald with 50 seconds separating us from recess. 27-21 the Taylor lead with the ball. Attacking the basket to our left and white. Kelly pops free, top of the key, bluffs as Jacob closed out, now 9 to shoot. Oswald dribbling, takes a look at the clock to our left with 7 and 6 into the paint. Kelly from 8, baseline left, swish for Quinn Kelly. That's Kelly's sweet spot if she can step out with a big honor, and Taylor leads 29-21. their biggest lead of the afternoon with 23 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Evans picked up by Wayne full court. Lawrence Tech desperately looking to get a last-second basket here to end half on a good note. Evans off the basket, and she got it and got fouled to boot. Evans, a lefty, pulls up from the left elbow and cashed a mid-range jump shot. This time she didn't get all the way to the rim. She stomped on the brakes at the elbow and made the jump shot go. Evans averages just 7 points per game. She surpassed that here in the first half with 9 and trying to get 10 right here at the stripe. And she does complete the three-point play. 10 first half points for Dominique Evans. 8 seconds left. Oswald near side Henson with 5. Mid-range jump shot left side, no. Rebounded by Evans with 3 and 2. She heaves from three-quarter court. It's short. And that takes us to the halftime break. Good close from Dominique Evans with her second three-point play of the first half. She finishes with a first half 10. Lawrence Tech trails Taylor 29-24 as we hit the halftime break here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Life to the full for me looks like approaching every conversation as if it is for the kingdom and to the glory of God.
Life to the full to me means being present where your 2 feet are at.
When I think of life to the full, I think of joy, especially the Taylor body, the Taylor community, what Taylor has to offer.
The way we're equipping students to live life to the full is that we're helping them have a global humility.
There's so many things at Taylor that are preparing me to live life to the full. I love doing research and engaging in projects within my major, computer science, so I could go from programming 1 minute to doing a Bollywood dance and performing as part of Mosaic Night the next.
We have a lot of opportunity here to help students and to equip them to live life full now and well beyond their years at Taylor, and part of that is the intentionality we have with developing relationships with one another.
I'm experiencing life to the full at Taylor through the different opportunities that Taylor allows us to learn about different cultures, people, and places.
I love that we get to do chapel together 3 times a week. Nobody takes attendance. Nobody tells me I have to be there, but I get to be there.
I think I see that in sports, on the football field, in the throwing ring, in classes, and also in student leadership positions.
I experience life to the full at chapel because I get to play in a chapel band, and I get to sit up there and play piano and glorify God with one of my gifts.
The community gives me a sense of life to the full in that I get to see students go through their 4 years here, develop as intellectuals and scholars, be prepared for their vocations, and go out into the world and influence the world for Christ.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. BSN Sports halftime report looks like this. Taylor leads 29-24 at the break. Hope Custer had 7 for the Trojans. Oswald with 3, 8 for Henson. But all those came in the first quarter. 3 for West, 6 for Kelly off the Taylor bench, and none for their second leading scorer, Taylor Westgate. 10 for Dominique Evans to lead the way for LTU. 5 for Maggie Long. Point Playman outscoring Huey and Ferris. 2 for Smith, 6 for Bobo, 1 for Jacobs. And that is it for the LTU scoring. Taylor starts with the ball. They go from left to right into Westgate, right at Jacobs, and there's the first basket of the afternoon for Taylor Westgate on an aggressive spin to the block left. Nicely done there by Westgate. A quick aggressive spin. She's had a couple of those 7 looks in the first half that didn't go that were very close to dropping. Ferris starts things off here in the third after not playing in quarter number 2, picking up 2 fouls in 4 minutes in the first. Out to Nagel, the point guard, floats, and out of the reach of Ferris, now to bounds. It's going back to Taylor. Evans, Nagel, Jacobs, Long, and Ferris, the starting 5 for LTU back on the floor. Taylor counters with their starting 5 of Custer, West, Westgate, Henson, and Oswald, who has it here on the left side. Right side circle, West looked into Westgate, couldn't get it to her. Henson wants to go to Westgate, who now battles with Jacobs. Back in, quick turnaround off glass, and that's back-to-back buckets on quick pirouetting moves by Taylor Westgate. Whatever was said at halftime has worked beautifully here for the all-league pick, Taylor Westgate. Scored her 28th, being the 28th Taylor player to score 1,000 career points a year ago, and Taylor has their biggest lead of the afternoon at 9. Ferris, the defending WAC player of the week, drives into Custer, bully ball, and off the glass for 2. Spinning to her left. Brings LTU back to within 7, 90 seconds in to quarter number 3. Taylor in white, Lawrence Tech defends man-to-man in blue. Pop out, flare screen, Henson, 3-point shot was short. She gets her own miss and darts in unabated for a left hand. 10 for Ava Henson, her first scoring since the opening quarter. Then Ava gets back and backpedals and taps the ball out of play. Her father, the former running back at the University of Tennessee, would like that footwork from his daughter, wearing 22 in white. Pop's also a high school coach at her alma mater for the football team for the Shamrocks of Westfield High School. Still looks like he could get a couple decent yards on the carry. Send off to our right. Catch and shoot 3 right side. No good for Long. Off the right side of the rim. Ferris with a miss, and she turns and glasses. So 2 players that had no points in the first half, Ferris and Westgate, have combined to score 8 of the first bunch here in the third quarter. They've scored 8 of the 10. Westgate in, and Ferris fouls her from behind, and that's number 3 on 33. So all 4 points for Lawrence Tech here in this third quarter have been by Ferris. Custer hands off to West, who dealt it in. Mismatched with Custer, drives right by the 6'3 Jacobs, and just missed a running layup as it's tapped out of bounds, out of the reach of Westgate. Stays here with Taylor off the hands of Lawrence Tech. West to deal it in on the near baseline. Taylor shoots on the goal to our right. Near side corner, Custer turns the corner, draws help out to Westgate, who misses a long 2 from just inside the free throw line, as Westgate just missed, going 3 of 3. Thumb down is the half-court set, called for by 5th-year Lawrence Tech head coach Grace Howrigan. Nagel with Custer, watching her every move out near the volleyball line. Nagel bouncing into Ferris, who has all 4 third-quarter points for Lawrence Tech. Fakes a spin, goes up, and another block shot for Westgate. This allows the Trojans to get out and run on a 3-on-3. Custer now hesitates, stops, rips, spins. Oswald right wing. Couldn't let the 3-ball fly. Drives to the left hand. In traffic, Westgate taps it to herself. Jumps into the air. Out to the far side where Oswald's 3 is off the back of the rim. Westgate gets the miss. Off glass, it rolls away. But Westgate comes and rips it away. But her putback was a hair too strong. Then the ball fumbled away right into Henson, who gets fouled on the putback attempt. Up and down and all around we go as the Trojans almost about 4 different times are able to get the basket on an offensive rebound. They'll have to settle for a couple of Ava Henson free throws. The foul was on Dominique Evans of Lawrence Tech. It's the second on her. And the second on Lawrence Tech. And a rare miss of the line for the 81% free throw shooter, Ava Henson. Henson and Evans, the only two players in double figures. And Ava criminally has that ball wrapped up and knocked after it was halfway down. Westgate on the tie-up, alternating possession, sends it back to LTU. Dee Smith and Gracie Bobo make their first second half showings for Lawrence Tech. And Quinn Kelly scampers to the scores table, and she checks in for Taylor Westgate. No, for Clasey West, excuse me. So a wonderful start for Westgate. Got the first 4 points of this third quarter. The Trojans also got a bucket from Henson. 7-point deficit for Lawrence Tech, 3.5 minutes into quarter three. Smith off an elevator screen comes to the near side, and Evans. Evans had 10 first half points, free throw line out to Jacobs, missed a three in the first half, misses one here in the third. Wide open look for Kate Jacobs, and the 6'3" center couldn't get her to go. Custer with the rebound, she'll take it herself all the way to the front court up the near side. Got into the paint at the free throw line and back out to Henson, right side circle. Oswald runs the point back into the hands of Henson outside the arc. Ava picks to the bounce and comes near side to Custer. Kelly sets the screen, now gets the post entry against Smith. Turn around, fall away from 8, and Kelly continues to cook from the mid-range. 8 for Quinn Kelly, her first scoring of the second half. Nice little turnaround J for Q, and Taylor leads by 9. Almost halfway gone here in the third. Taylor trying to bounce back from a loss 17 days ago in their most recent contest before today. Entry pass into Ferris from Evans, and Ferris lays it in. Well, Jade Ferris played just 4 minutes in the first quarter. She gets points 5 and 6 right there. She's playing with 3 fouls. And LTU's got some much-needed momentum as they now trail by 7, 37-30. Kelly back to Henson, attacks right hand on Evans. Double team comes back to the open. Quinn Kelly for a 3. Straight on but long. Westgate with a rebound amongst 3 Blue Devils. Turns and runs and misses off the glass. Trojans 4 of 15 from 3. Their lead is 7 as we cross the halfway point of quarter 3. Evans, left-hand drive, trying to get the edge on Custer. Up and over. Custer somehow off the glass and home. Nicely done by Dominique Evans, who has gotten to the rim at will tonight against Taylor. LTU back to within 5, trailing 37-32. Pitch out Westgate. Oswald's 3 is off target and rebounded by Ferris of Lawrence Tech. Taylor was just 4 of 13 from 3 in the first half. They're 0 of 4 here in the third quarter. Jacobs, double team, right block, turns away from it. Blocked another one from Westgate. That's number 4. It's out of bounds and stays with Lawrence Tech on the basket to our left. This is the first of 2 games today as part of the 2023 Trojan Classic. Kendall Wayne hustles to the scores table for Taylor. Addie Nagel also for Lawrence Tech as Oswald checks out. Evans out for Lawrence Tech. Our finale of today, this triple header inside Odell Arena, will be Cumberland and IU Kokomo. That'll come up at about 6 o'clock. Nagel, left side high to Bobo, got open for a screen, fires, is off target right. Credit, tip your cap there as the ball wrestled out of bounds by Smith from Westgate. It'll go to Taylor. Tip your cap, though, to Wayne. She got caught in a couple of different screens, able to fight through both of them, and then deterred or got her hand just enough in front of Bobo to take away what was going to be a wide open look for LTU's best 3-point shooter. 5-point Taylor lead, 37-32. 4 minutes left to play in the third. Far sideline, this is Wayne against the LTU man-to-man. Taylor wanted a backdoor cut to Westgate. They got it. Floating it into Kelly, but in the middle was Ferris, and she tapped and intercepted. Out and running Smith somehow finds it over her shoulder, and then Circus laid up and in with a right hand underneath the hoop. I don't know what was better, the catch over the shoulder or the layup by Dee Smith going full extension. A highlight reel play for the freshman from Flint, Michigan. Makes it a 1-possession game, and now she got greedy and tried to get a back tap and got more arm than ball on Hope Custer. Number 2 on Smith. Number 3 on Lawrence Tech in the third. And Kate Jacobs gets her first breather of the night, and it's a 5-guard lineup out there for Lawrence Tech right now. Actually make it a 4-guard, 1-forward lineup with a 6-foot Ferris the tallest player on the floor. Open Custer off a baseline, inbounds right side. Air ball rebounded by the incoming Casey Ott. The Wisconsin native's hook doesn't go. Wayne fights her way through but couldn't get a rebound away from Bobo of LTU. Ott did not play in the opening half. 3 minutes and change remaining in the third. Lawrence Tech with a 3 would tie our game at 37. Nagel runs the point off to D.D. Smith. Angling to the top, far side Bobo catches 3 to tie. Nope, short off the right side rim. Ferris off of her fingertips and out of bounds into the LTU bench. Going back to Taylor. Bobo with a couple of excellent looks from 3, just has not been able to dial them in here as of late. She started off 2 of 4, has missed 3 in a row. Wayne runs the point for Taylor. They're clad in white, shooting on the goal to our right, leading by 3. Less than 3 to play in the third. Henson drives low, poked away by Bobo, taken away by Wayne. Stays here with Taylor. Right side high, dancing to the top is Custer with a left hand. Entry pass, threaded it through 3 defenders. She wanted Kelly. It ended up with Wayne, who fires from 18 and is short off the left side rim. Smith to the rebound, and she's shot out of a cannon from right to left in blue. Smith has trailers, pitching to Bobo. Near side Long, who bluffs a 3 and attacks inside the left side of the arc. Still a 3-point deficit for LTU. Ferris against Kelly, poking at its Wayne, and it's a bump from behind by Quinn Kelly. Second on Quinn, first on the Trojans here in the third. It's either going to be Kelly or Wayne. And with 20 seconds to shoot, Nagel exits as Dominique Evans back on here for Lawrence Tech. Ferris gets it into the near side, and Smith, and quickly off to Evans. Defended by the 6-foot sophomore, Casey Ott. Lawrence Tech with the ball, trailing by 3. 2 and change left to go here in quarter 3. Evans waving folks away. She might want to do it herself. 7 to shoot, entry pass to Ferris, turns and faces the basket. Right hand bounce with 4 into the paint, right hand hook off the rim, no. Custer rips the rebound away, and now Taylor out and running. Henson calls for it, gets it on a full length pass, and Henson guides it in with the left hand. 12 for Ava Henson, 4 in the quarter, and the Trojans using that speed to their advantage like we saw back in the first half. The lead is back to 5. A minute 50 remaining in quarter number 3. Ferris on the far side, fakes a 10-footer, bangs with Kelly on the block, got to the right block, and turns and glasses it home with a right hand. 8 for Ferris, all here in this third quarter, and it's back to a 3-point lead here for Taylor at 39-36, with 93 ticks of the clock left to play in quarter 3. Out off a screen, quickly off of the hands of Wayne on the far sideline. Man-to-man look for Lawrence Tech in blue. Taylor going from left to right. Ott attacks left hand with a runner, flings it outside to Custer between the circles with 8. 7 and 6, Custer drives, turns the corner, knifes her way through and just missed a right-hand finger roll. Henson on the cleanup and got fouled amongst 2 different LTU players. A slithering type move for Hope Custer as she slalomed through 2 different Blue Devil defenders and just missed the layup by an inch. Fouls on Jade Ferris, that's her 4th. And Henson to the line for 2. First one is good, 13 for Ava. Four-point Taylor lead as Jacobs ready to come back in for LTU after this free throw. And Ava swished it. 14 for Henson to lead the way for Taylor. Jacobs back on to get Ferris, who averages 10 and 8, 10 points and 8 rebounds a game, had 17 and 17 last time out for Lawrence Tech. Now Taylor turns with the full court pressure, and Henson clipped Evans as she was trying to turn the corner. First one on Ava, second on Taylor. 41-36 Taylor, 68 seconds remaining in the third. Taylor has not trailed since taking the lead at 11-10. 3-point shot, far side, Bobo, no good. Smith, his cleanup was off target with a hair strong as Custer has the rebound. Smith gets called for a reach into the backcourt. That's the 3rd on Smith and the 5th on Lawrence Tech, and that puts Taylor in the bonus with 55 seconds left to play in quarter number 3. 7th rebound of the night for Hope Custer to go along with her 7 points. She and Westgate tied with Kate Jacobs for the game-high lead in Karam's. Hope is yet to score here in the third, had 7 in the first half. And there's the first of quarter 3. Second one for the former Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars good. She's got 9 on 4 of 4 shooting from the stripe, and the Trojans have pushed the lead out to 7, 43-36, with less than 50 seconds remaining in the third. Smith, left side circle, dribbling left hand, now gives off to Evans after trying to waver on through. Henson switches on a screen. Long on the far sideline, fakes a 3 and got to the baseline right. Backs it outside, and now it's Evans attacking left hand. Big Euro step through, knocked out off of her knee by Quinn Kelly, and it's going back to Taylor. Evans took the extra step to greatness, but a late Taylor hand came in and jarred the ball loose, and that took another break, or another point-blank layup away from Evans, who again has been wonderful at getting to the rim tonight against Taylor. About 3 seconds between game and shot clock, so Taylor will have to take take a shot before the end of the third. They lead by 7. Lawrence Tech in a man-to-man defense clad in blue. Wayne catches, looks at the basket to our left to get the time left. Now to the volleyball line, and Henson, who turns and faces the basket. Right-hand dribble for Henson with Bobo defending her. Left side screen set by Kelly. Henson drives and kicks. Open left wing 3. Wayne is perfect from the left side, and an ear-to-ear grin from Wayne and Henson with 2 seconds left. Bobo lets it go from midcourt. It's off the back of the rim, and we go to the fourth with Taylor holding their first double-figure lead of the night at 46-36 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Taylor ball to start the fourth quarter. They've got almost all 5 starters on the floor with Oswald West, Westgate, Henson, and Kelly giving Hope Custer a breather. Taylor with the first possession of the fourth. They go from right to left in white, or left to right in white. Backdoor cut, Kelly off the hands of Westgate. Open Henson, left wing 3, perfect for Ava Henson. Third triple of the night for Ava. She's got a game high 17, and Taylor opens up the fourth, leading by 13, their biggest lead of the afternoon. Gracie Bobo starts the fourth. She's out there with Kate Jacobs, and the entry pass intercepted by the floating through Taylor Westgate. Dominique Evans, Maggie Long, and Jade Ferris round out the 5 here for LTU to start the fourth quarter. Trojans shooting 30% from the field, LTU 33%. Another power spin on a quick move from Taylor Westgate. That has been a concerted effort to get Westgate the ball early and often here in this second half, and she's made her moves quick and aggressive. Timeout, 30 seconds for Lawrence Tech. We'll take it with them. With 9:02 to go in the fourth, Taylor up by 15, 51-36.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
.50 run to start the fourth quarter for the Trojans. They lead by 15, 51-36. As Jacobs operates between the circles, fires one into Ferris, turns and faces the basket, mid-post right. Right hand bounce against Kelly. Westgate comes into hedge. Jacobs open for a straightaway three. Swish. She'd missed her first 2 threes of the night. Cans her third attempt here, her 5th made 3 of the season. And a big basket there for LTU gets them back to within striking distance, down 12, 90 seconds into the fourth. West quickly into Westgate, turns, falls away. Westgate couldn't get her to go on a good look there from about the league logo. Evans out and running off the rebound, stops at the elbow and out to Jacobs outside the arc. Long with a left-hand bounce, got around a screen as she's guarded by Henson in the Taylor man-to-man. Pass behind Bobo and out of bounds. That's the 15th turnover tonight by Lawrence Tech. Macy Woods on for Taylor. And the Trojans have feasted off the turnover tonight, outscoring Lawrence Tech 16-2 as they've turned it over 9 less times. Taylor leading by 12 with the ball, 2 minutes in to the fourth. Near side edge, West floats into the far corner where it's Macy Woods. Back to the near side and Henson, into the mid-post right where it's Westgate. Turns, spins right to the lane. Jacobs blocked the shot, but did Evans get Westgate down low? She did. Third on Dominique Evans. Number 1 on in the fourth quarter here for Lawrence Tech. 2 to the line for Westgate, where she has struggled this year, converting just 58% from the stripe. But 7 rebounds and all of her points, 7 of them now have come here in this second half after being held scoreless in the first. Second one good. 8 for Westgate. And the Taylor lead is 1 off of a game high. They lead by 14, 53-39. 2 minutes and change into the fourth. Long, waving traffic with her right hand, and she dribbles with her left. Lawrence Tech clad in blue, shooting on the goal to our left. Taylor defends man-to-man in white. Long, on the right side high, drives, right hand floater, little scoop, died off the back of the rim. Westgate gets rebound number 8 for Taylor. West out and running, far side to Henson, hits the brakes, wait for reinforcements. Dribbling to set herself as West, and she'll whip it into the free throw line and Westgate. Into the paint, back to the cutting, Claycy West, who put it home with a right hand. Second field goal of the night for Claycy West, and the Trojans have had some beautiful passing here in the second half. The lead is 16 for TU, their biggest of the night. Long attacks and then weaves her way through trouble. Near side to Bobo. Evans open right side. The lefty bluffed a 3. Got to the right elbow and pitching out to Ferris, who attacks. Spins. Tried to go up and under. Jacobs. Step back right wing 3 ball. Long. Up off the glass. Dies and just rolls off the rim as Woods slaps it out for Taylor. Up to Oswald, who accelerates front court far side as she waits for reinforcements. 3 minutes into the fourth. Taylor leading by 16. Their biggest lead of the night. They're clad in white. Oswald prodding out near the volleyball line, defended by Long. Man-to-man look for Lawrence Tech. They've been that way the entire ball game. Westgate dribbles, spins from the right side of the lane. Might have gotten blocked by Jacobs as it landed off the bottom of the glass. And Woods gets called for a reach into the backcourt for the Trojans. First on Macy, first on Taylor. Kendall Wayne, Casey Ott in for TU. Dee Dee Smith on for Lawrence Tech at the first stoppage. Lawrence Tech in blue, trailing by a game-high 16. Smith turns the corner, bully ball to the right block, floater over Ott, no good. Ball tapped around on the rebound. Woods had it, lost it. Ferris slips it through to Jacobs, who guides it in with a right hand from the right block. Good block passing there from Ferris to Jacobs. Timeout for Lawrence Tech with 6:13 left to go here in the fourth. They trail by 14. We'll take the stoppage with them. 55-41 the Taylor lead here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Thirty-second timeout for Lawrence Tech allows them time to set up the full court pressure. First time they've turned up the wick defensively here tonight as Oswald tries to break it, veers and crosses the timeline. Far side front court, Henson almost spun into Jacobs. She finds Macy Woods wide open for a three, and she buries it. First triple of the night for Woods, the 7th one for Taylor, and the lead is back to 17. Good job by Woods. Didn't sit around thinking about it, just let her fly. Ferris inside the right arc against the shorter Oswald. Woods comes in to help, almost poked it free. Evans from 18 feet right side, swish with the lefty touch. 14 for Dominique Evans. She's had just 4 here in the second half. And back to the full court press goes LTU down 15. Oswald loops into the front court, and Wayne, who now waits for help as she got to the baseline and stomped on the brakes. 58-43 Taylor, almost 5 minutes remaining here in quarter 4. Woods turns and faces the basket. Henson cuts across. Now Woods dribbles. Around to the near side of the arc with 8 to shoot. Low bounce pass far side to Wayne with 5 and 4. Wayne might have to do it herself. To Henson with 3 and 2. Taylor doesn't see how much time is left. Oswald heaves it up, and it's an air ball. And that will be a turnover off the shot clock violation. Custer in to get Henson, excuse me. First time we've seen Custer here in the 4th. 58-43, the Taylor lead. They led by 5 at the break, but outscored LTU by 5 in that third quarter, thanks to a late 3 by Kendall Wayne to take a 10-point lead into the 4th. Ferris out near the volleyball line for Lawrence Tech. A long 3, and she'll drain it from the right side high. Wonderful quick catch and shoot there for Maggie Long. Leads the team in 3-point makes, draws LTU to within 12. Still plenty of time left if they can get a defensive stop here. Taylor breaks the full court press, and Ott turns and floats it home from the left side. First basket of the night for Casey Ott, and that comes at a big time to push the Trojan lead back to 14 after LTU looked to have a little momentum going. Ferris's turnaround no good from the mid-range on the right wing. Only Custer and her teammates were down there to get the rebound. That's number 8 on the night for Hope Custer to go with 9 points and 3 assists. Wayne takes the Ott screen, bumped by Smith, lost the ball, got it back, I should say. Far sideline Oswald, left-hand bounce, drives, little floater over Jacobs right before the 6'3 center could block the shot. Quick little move from Oswald, her first second half scoring, and Taylor gets a 5-0 run to push the lead back to 16. Ferris fakes a cross-court pass right side. Nice, patient pivoting, but just missed a right hand as it rolled off the rim after a nice move from the mid-post right. On top of the Paul Patterson court logo is Kendall Wayne, bouncing far side to Ott, now off to Oswald. 3.5 left to play here in the 4th. Taylor leading by 16. Ott against Jacobs, pitch out to Woods. Shot clock is at single digits at 7 and 6. Oswald right hand got bumped right before she could turn the corner. Number 2 on Maggie Long and number 2 on Lawrence Tech. Addie Nagel and Gracie Bobo back on for Lawrence Tech here in the 4th. With Jacobs and Evans exiting. Custer to get it in near side with the shot clock reset to 20. Oswald turns and faces the basket. Veers off to the left and gives off to Wayne. Rips through to her right hand, bouncing up top, right side circle Woods, and then near side to Oswald. Right block into Ott, trying to go up and under against Ferris, and Watt overpowered her. Nicely done by Casey Ott. She's got all 4 of her points here in the 4th. 18-point lead for Taylor, their biggest of the night with 3 minutes left to go here. Nagel between the circles and Long. She wants another deep, deep three, and she buries her second one in a row. Back-to-back long threes from Maggie Long. She's 3 of 4 from range, and she's trying to single-handedly keep Lawrence Tech in this one as they trail by 15 with 2:36 and ticking here in the fourth. Up top is Ott, near side to Oswald with 15 to shoot. Left-hand drive, stops before she gets to the free throw line. Now Oswald re-engages after a stop and start. Too strong off glass, and Ferris is there to clean it up for Lawrence Tech. Nagel trying to throw it up the floor. She finds Long. She's hit 2 threes in a row. Bobo wants a hand at a three. It's off the back of the rim, off target left. Smith's offensive putback was no good, but she flies in and tries to rip it away to Ott as both players go tumbling down to the floor. Alternating possession. Keeps it here with Lawrence Tech. But Taylor head coach Cassie Wiseman wants a timeout, and she gets it. It's a full timeout for the Trojan first-year boss. 2:08 left to go here, 64-49 Taylor. LT with the rock coming out of the timeout. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. .15 hole for Lawrence Tech. They have the ball coming out of the full Taylor timeout with 2:08 remaining in the fourth. Long breaks off an off-ball screen. She's made her last 2 threes from about 25 feet. Nagel in the half-court set. Lawrence Tech in blue, shooting on the goal to our left. Cross-court pass Ferris to Bobo, their best three-point shooter. Short off the near side rim from the left side, rebounded by Ott. We dip below 2 minutes remaining here in quarter 4. Wayne accelerates up the near side and able to get around the defense of Nagel. And a foul stops play against Gracie Bobo. First on her, third on LTU. And the Trojans bring in 2 of their freshmen, Maddie Dry, lefty out of Illinois, and Aubrey Swain, who already played in the first quarter. Freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Dry, it's from graduate of Timothy Christian High School. Same high school as Taylor baseball player Fletcher Remick. The World Series bound Trojans from a year ago. They start their season in about 4.5, 5 weeks out in Arizona. Swain in the paint, and for her and Ferris, that's the 5th and final one on her. And that's the 4th one against LTU as both teams start to empty the benches. Sierra Robinson coming on for Lawrence Tech, along with Gracie Mitchell and Olivia Linden. So Ferris's night comes to a close. Good rebound for her. Did not score in the first quarter, did not play in the second because of that foul trouble. She finishes the night with 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting, 7 boards, and 4 assists. Wayne's got to get it in quick, does. The Swain on the right block. Tried to rip through with 90 seconds left to play. Swain's turnaround falls short and picked up off the floor by Gracie Mitchell of Lawrence Tech. 80 seconds left. That's a 15-point hole here for LTU. Shot no good. Ott picks it up off the floor. And Taylor will hold Lawrence Tech below 60 points, it looks like. Foul out near the timeline. Nagel the guilty party. Free throws coming for Wayne. Puts Taylor in the bonus. The Trojans came in giving up 68 points per contest, and looks like they're gonna hold LTU below that 60-point margin here tonight. Remember, we're not done here from Odell Arena. Cumberland and IU Kokomo is our final game of the night. And that game will start, the way things are going right now, probably a hair or two after 6 o'clock. I'll be ready at 6 just in case they get them going early. Wayne's first free throw good, second one no good. 65-49, the Taylor lead with exactly a minute left to go here in the fourth. Linden, near side of the floor, Robinson into Mitchell. Ball outside the arc to Huey, who also came in. Good read from Ott, got her hands on the pass, now to Dry. Tight quarters passing to Wayne, knifes her way through, just off the rim, and rebounded on the near side here by Lawrence Tech as Linden brings it to the front court. About 13 seconds between game and shot clock. Linden, short jump shot is good, and a full timeout here taken for Lawrence Tech. That allows Abby Ray to check in for the Blue Devils, Katie Moyer and Ali Shagoda to check in for Taylor. We have 36 seconds left, full timeout for Lawrence Tech. They trail Taylor 65-51 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. .36 seconds left. Taylor leading 65-51. The four freshmen and Ott are in for Taylor. Moyer, Swain, Dry, Shagoda. Baseball pass got deflected back. Swain able to tightrope the timeline. Ott gets it. There's about 6 seconds between game and shot clock. Shagoda's three is off the back of the rim. So her teammates tried to will that one home. LTU up the near side with Sierra Robinson. Crossing over Ray and a reach and foul against Shagoda. With the win, Taylor's going to move to 5-7 on the year. Lawrence Tech falls to 3-7. Both teams will be back here tomorrow. Lawrence Tech gets Cumberland tomorrow at 4. Taylor will get IU Kokomo to wrap up the 2023 Trojan Classic tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Fall-away jump shot, clean for Olivia Linden for her first scoring. And the shot clock turned off with 13 seconds left. Lawrence Tech turns on the full court pressure, down by 12. Almost thrown out of bounds. Swain able to work her way to the front court. 5 seconds. Pass intended for Ott, sent out of play, and 4 seconds left to go before we reach the finish line here. Moyer to get it in. Floats it in to Swain, and she'll dribble out the final 3 seconds. And the Trojans come away with a double-figure win. They defeat Lawrence Tech tonight by the final of 65-53. We'll take a break and come back with the Ivanhoe post-game show. That's next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Life to the full for me looks like approaching every conversation as if it is for the kingdom and to the glory of God.
Life to the full to me means being present where your 2 feet are at.
When I think of life to the full, I think of joy, especially the Taylor body, the Taylor community, what Taylor has to offer.
The way we're equipping students to live life to the full is that we're helping them have a global humility.
There are so many things at Taylor that are preparing me to live life to the full. I love doing research and engaging in projects within my major, computer science, so I could go from programming 1 minute to doing a Bollywood dance and performing as part of Mosaic Night the next.
We have a lot of opportunity here to help students and to equip them to live life full now and well beyond their years at Taylor, and part of that is the intentionality we have with developing relationships with one another.
I'm experiencing life to the full at Taylor through the different opportunities that Taylor allows us to learn about different cultures, people, and places.
I love that we get to do chapel together 3 times a week. Nobody takes attendance. Nobody tells me I have to be there, but I get to be there.
I think I see that in sports, on the football field and in the throwing ring, in classes, and also in student leadership positions.
I experience life to the full at chapel because I get to play in a chapel band, and I get to sit up there and play piano and glorify God with one of my gifts.
The community gives me a sense of life to the full in that I get to see students go through their 4 years here, develop as intellectuals and scholars, be prepared for their vocations, and go out into the world and influence the world for Christ.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, Rob Sisson, and Adam Sieglin, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Back inside Odell Arena, where we're blaring some Goo Goo Dolls right out like it's 1995. As Taylor defeats Lawrence Tech, this is the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Rick Johnson joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Cassie Wiseman. You only had one player in double figures tonight. What led to the double figure win?
Total team effort. We've talked a lot about effort and enthusiasm, energy from everybody, and I think this might have been like the most bench points we've gotten all year. Macy, Quinn, Casey, Kendall really stepped up and played good minutes. That was huge. All of them. It was really good.
He had 21 points off the bench today. Kelly led the way with 8. Kendall Wayne had 6. How big was her 3 to give you that 10-point lead at the end of the third?
Huge. Kendall's been in the gym for like a month straight, working on her shot, putting in so much extra time, and that was the shot we needed right there. It paid off. So I'm super proud of her for how hard she's been working and just like stepping up offensively, being really confident.
And just another game, another stat-filled night for Hope Custer. 9 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. She probably didn't shoot as well as she wanted to, but she did everything. And, oh, by the way, she also took 2 charges tonight.
2 charges that early on like got us going. That's what we're talking about with enthusiasm and those hustle plays. We had a goal of 5 tonight, and I think we got it because early on she took 2 charges and maybe attempted like another one. So I'm just really proud. They followed the scouting report to a T and gave all that extra effort, and yeah, we saw it on the court.
You also got out and ran a lot tonight. We talked about in the pregame show the height disadvantage you had going against them. And when you guys got turnovers, it was like a jailbreak going to the other end of the floor.
We talked about it at halftime. I think that was really big out of the break, too. Taylor got hot at half. We ran exactly what we wanted to get her the ball, and she scored, stayed with it, and then really tried to push in like secondary transition to get to the rim, and that was crucial, along with our 1-2 press, threw them off a little bit, too. So it was good.
Back-to-back games. You guys have done this a couple of times now, games on back-to-back days. What goes into preparing your team for tomorrow and trying to make sure they don't look too far ahead, knowing that, they're a game away from getting a couple of days off and enjoying Christmas?
I think just what we're talking about, being really focused from every player, no matter what your role is. We'll get the scout here with them tonight and then get back together in the morning and like really look at IUK. But if we can play together like we did and have some big roles filled off the bench, that makes us so much deeper, and I think the confidence is really rolling, so I feel good about where we're at.
Congrats on the win. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
That's the head coach of the Trojans, Cassie Wiseman, joining us here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. We're going to shut this off and get it going and getting us ready to go for Cumberland and IUK to wrap up our triple header today here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Proceeding has been a presentation of the Trojan Sports Network.